Hi fellow YouTube followers, here's my '06 Maserati Quattroporte. You see in previous videos I had the very early signs of cam variator rattle on startup. As you see in the videos, I installed a 12 volt oil priming pump, and this is a review after a good 6 months. I haven't started the car for 2 weeks and it works really well. I'll show you in the video. I'll just lift the bonnet up so we can see the engine. Okay. Here's the motor. As you can see, that's where I've gone into where the original oil accumulator tank went into. I disconnected that completely, and my oil pump goes into those and feeds the oil when it primes. Very important, you will need to fit a lock off. This will stop the motor from pumping oil back through the pump and into the sump where I've got the pickup. I just the pickup, I used one of those brass plugs under the sump, drilled a hole in it, tapped it, and put those type of fittings in, kept it all the same. So that's where it gets its feed from, the bottom of the pump, goes through the pump, and then it goes into a Y, and one in one side, one in the other side of the cam variators. Let's start it up. It's been 2 weeks at least since I've started it. Looks like it needs a good vacuum. When the car's been sitting overnight, I normally prime the pump twice. It primes for 3 seconds, and that'll give it enough oil so that it doesn't rattle. For daily starts, one prime is more than enough. As you can hear, the pump only primed very quickly. I'll turn the key off, let the relays reset. As you can hear them just clicked in. Let's prime it again for the second time. Now we're ready to start. It's just so good. It just puts oil back into the top of the motor, and it's absolutely silent. There are people that have fitted aftermarket oil accumulator tanks. I was considering that, but it was a lot more expensive, so I done all this for, you know, probably $400 to $500 Australian dollars. The tubing and the fittings were the dearest part. It would have cost me, if I fitted an aftermarket oil accumulator tank, done properly with the lock-offs and all the tubing and fittings, probably $1,500. I'll back the car outside and I'll give you a look at the car. Just click it into neutral. Okay. As you can see, it is a very clean car. sunroof. and this did have the terrible sticky buttons. It was sticky absolutely everywhere. The only way I found the best way to clean it was a magic sponge and methylated spirits. I tried everything else, it was just too hard to remove, but now it's really good. And just be gentle, because you will take off the little stickers that show the pictures if you're not careful. Let's have a look at the outside of the car. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to change the exhaust note or put an exhaust system on it, possibly tint the windows too. They're not as bad as everyone makes them out to be. I brought this, it was meant to have a roadworthy, but the roadworthy expired just probably a week before I brought it, so I got the roadworthy done myself. But the mechanic that the previous owner had to do all the work charged him almost 13 grand, and I had to redo everything that he had done. Half the stuff he didn't even do. So just be careful who you get to work on the cars. There are some these European mechanics, some of them like to charge and not do much. Oh, and one quick note, I did have to change the high pressure hoses on the F1 pump because this has a dual select transmission. You can manually bleed that without the computer, so you've just got to crack the bleeder like you would on a clutch or brakes, and you run it into neutral, select drive, select reverse, and each time you do that you crack the bleeder and just keep the reservoir full. I would say probably after 20 times you'll have it bled. Hope you enjoy my video. If you want to know anything, drop it in the comments below and I'll make a video on it. Enjoy your day, boys and girls.